This lesson is on time management for salespeople. And after you have learned every single skill possible in selling, the way that you use your time can be the major factor that determines how much money you make and what kind of a life you have. Now, more than 100 years of research and countless millions of dollars have been invested in seeking the causes for success and failure in selling. And at last, we now have the answer. It is simply this. People are highly paid because they spend more of their time doing things of higher value. People are underpaid because they spend more of their time doing things of lower value. That's all it is. High value or low value activities. Salespeople who spend every minute of every day focusing on high value activities eventually rise to the top of their fields and make both a lot of sales and a lot of money. Salespeople who waste their time in low value activities seldom accomplish anything of importance, even if they represent the best companies with the best products in the best markets. So in this session, you're going to learn some of the very best ideas ever discovered for managing your sales time and your selling activities. Now, start off, your most valuable asset is your earning ability. Your earning ability is the major source of cash flow in your life. Most people start off with very little money and a lot of time. And then top people trade their time for money by getting better and better at getting results in their work. Your most precious resource is your time. It's all that you have to trade in the marketplace. And the best investment of your time is to increase your earning ability. It is to get better at the most important things you do that account for the very most money in your life. How do you increase your earning ability? It's very simple, and it changed my life. Learn and practice and get better at your key tasks. Dedicate yourself to lifelong personal and professional development. Become a learning machine. Never have your car moving without listening to educational audio programs that will make you better. Now, the Pareto principle is the most important time management concept in the field of professional selling. Let's look at what it means. The 80-20 rule says that 80% of the value of what you do comes from 20% of your activities. This 80-20 rule applies to all aspects of selling and to all activities. So apply this rule to your prospects, to your customers, and to your products, which are the top 20% that can account for 80% of your income. Don't spend all your time with low value, no value prospects. Divide your customers and prospects by value. A as high value, B are medium value, and C are low value. Practice creative procrastination on the 80% of your tasks that represent only 20% of the value. You see, everyone procrastinates. The difference between high performers and low performers is that high performers procrastinate on low value activities, and poor performers procrastinate on high value activities. Don't let this happen to you. Now, the job description of a salesperson is the same as the purpose of a business. Your job is to create and keep customers. So, spend 80% of your time creating customers. You should spend 80% of every day in the market finding new customers until you have so many customers you do not have enough time to do anything else. Most salespeople only spend 20% of their time creating customers, and the rest of the time they spent playing with the computer, reading the newspaper, drinking coffee, talking to their friends, and so on. You should spend only 20% of your time keeping customers, 20% of your time on follow-up work, in making sure that your customers are happy, but spend 80% of your time finding new business. Always be asking the magic question, where is my next sale coming from? Where is my next sale coming from, and is what I'm doing right now leading to a sale? Is what I'm doing right now leading to a sale? And if it's not, stop doing it and start doing something that is leading to a sale. Now, the work of a salesperson has always consisted of three primary activities. First of all, prospecting. Prospecting means keeping your sales funnel full by continually finding new potential customers. The second primary sales activity is presenting, is showing your customers that your product or service is the ideal solution for his or her problem or need at this time. The third primary activity in sales is following up and closing, visiting with high potential prospects to move the sale toward a conclusion. So there they are, prospecting, presenting, and closing. And the rule is, spend 80% of your time prospecting and presenting. Spend only 20% of your time following up on people who won't say yes and won't say no. Don't mix them up. Keep your focus on prospecting and presenting, and the sales will start to take care of themselves. Now, according to 60 years of research, the average salesperson works only 20% of the time. Going back to 1928, if you can imagine. You are only working when you are face-to-face with a qualified prospect. You are only working when you are prospecting, presenting, and following up. When you get up each morning, you wake up unemployed, and you remain unemployed until you get face-to-face with a prospect who can and will buy from you within a reasonable period of time. So one of the keys to time management is for you to plan your sales work geographically so you reduce traveling time. I have worked with salespeople who started at the bottom and went to the top because they organized every day so that they could spend more time face-to-face with customers and less time traveling between calls. A good time management technique is for you to start earlier. Make your first call or visit by 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. in the morning. Many good prospects get to work early, and the only time they have available is early in the morning. One day I called on a very good prospect, and he said, "I can only talk to you if you can meet me in my office at 6 a.m. This was in the middle of the winter. It was very cold. It was dark. And I said, "Okay, I'll be there at 6 a.m. I got up at 4 a.m. I got dressed. I drove through the streets where there was snow and blizzards. I got to his office, and there was no one there. And I sat in the parking lot with my car running to keep it warm. And at 5 minutes to 6, he drove up and walked in. I found later that he worked from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, and he was one of the highest paid executives in his field. And because I was there at 6 a.m., we did a transaction that led to an enormous amount of money and profit for me later. So be willing to meet customers early, and also be willing to meet customers later at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock at the end of the day when everyone else is gone. A good time management technique is for you to work 1 hour later. Visit decision makers who are unavailable during the day. Another time management technique is for you to get better at everything you do. In fact, perhaps the greatest of all time management techniques is for you to work on yourself and to study and to prepare and become excellent at the most important things you do. Because this will enable you to get 5 and 10 times the results out of the same number of hours when you're really good at your skills. A time management technique is for you to read in your field each day. It's to listen to audio programs when you're driving around. It's to take additional training at seminars and workshops whenever you can. Remember, you are your most valuable asset. Your earning ability is the most valuable source of cash flow that you have, and you must always be investing in increasing and improving your earning ability. Implement the minutes principle into your sales activity. This is a great concept that I developed years ago, and it transformed my life and the life of many others. What this says is that you are making all the sales that you are making today with the number of minutes that you are spending face-to-face today with prospects and customers. When you increase the number of minutes, by the law of probabilities, you will increase your sales and your income. Now here's the great tragedy. The average salesperson, as I said, is only working 1.5 hours per day, 90 minutes a day. If you were to be working 180 minutes each day, 3 hours out of an 8-hour day, you would be working twice as much as anyone else, and you'd be earning twice as much. And when are you working? You are working when you're face-to-face with a customer. So use a stopwatch to measure your current level of sales activities. When you go in to see a customer for the next week, turn it on, and when you go out, leave, turn it off. And then when you see a new customer, turn it on again, and it keeps working. At the end of the week, you'll see how many minutes you've spent in that week actually face-to-face with customers. Then, resolve to increase the number of minutes that you spend with customers by 10% per week. So let's say your average is 90 minutes a week. In the next week, you'll spend, say, 100 minutes, 10% more. The week after that, 110 minutes. The week after that, 120 minutes. In time, you'll get up to 180 or 200 or even 300 minutes per day. 300 minutes per day will make you one of the highest paid salespeople in your field or industry. So work on getting better and better in your sales activities at the same time that you increase the amount of time you spend with customers. Now here is a really interesting discovery. The more time you spend with customers, the better you get. And the better you get, the more effective you are with your customers. So you get on to an upward spiral where you keep getting better and make more money and keep getting motivated to get better, which enables you to make more money. Now, you cannot predict where your next sale will come from. That's a fact of life. So you have to focus on the activities that you can control. You have to focus on the activities involved in sales work. And the quality and the frequency of sales contacts determines the quality and the volume of your sales results. And your sales activities are under your control. Sales activities are something that you are completely in charge of, while sales themselves are not. So the way that you increase your income is you increase the probabilities that you will make more sales by seeing more people. You play the averages in your sales work by calling more people every single day. Because you can't predict the sale, but you can predict that if you see more customers, you will make more sales, and you will get better and better at what you're doing. Remember, the key question for managing your time better is to ask continually, is what I'm doing right now leading to a sale? Is what I'm doing right now leading to a sale? See, the more people you see, the better you get. The higher your level of sales activities, the more energy you have. The more people you see and talk to, the more sales you will make. Become a student of time management. Read the books, listen to the audio programs, and take the courses and seminars. The quality of your time management determines the quality of your life. Don't waste time. Get away from people who are time wasters. Get out of the office and stay out of the office. Eat lunch quickly and drink coffee on the move. From the time you start early in the morning until the time you quit late in the day, resolve to work all the time you work. This decision alone will make you one of the top people in your field in a very short time. Now, here are some questions you can ask and answer to apply these principles of time management into your sales work. Question number 1. What are the 3 most determinants of your income today? Question number 2. What are the 3 benefits of becoming excellent in your key result areas of selling? Question number 3. What are the 3 areas of activity where you should apply the 80-20 rule to your current selling activities? Question number 4. What are the 3 most important things you do that determine how much money you earn? Number 5. What are the 3 most important things you can do each day to maximize your sales and income? Question number 6 is, when are the 3 times in the day when you are actually working? And question number 7 is, what 3 things could you change in your sales work to increase the amount of time you spend working every day? And finally, what 1 action are you going to take immediately to incorporate these time management principles into your sales activities at the end of this session?